Welcome to the Backyard Videos, everybody. This is the Backyard Professor bringing to you a very cool and exciting announcement that I am excited about. I have my Thrive hat on, and for those of you who are in the know, you know that means something really fun, interesting, educational, and delicious is up, and it is. I'm bringing in Nate Peterson with me, who is going to announce a very cool announcement about Thrive. Nate, how are you doing, my man?
Hey, Carrie, good to see you.
It is good to see you. When was it? Just last weekend at Thrive that we saw each other last?
Yeah, we caught each other at a local event. So that's one of the great things that I like about it. You meet people at these big events, and then you can see them all the time at your local Thrive events.
Yeah, and that was a
So
big
yeah,
gathering.
it was. It was on conference Sunday, and conference Sunday always kind of has a big turnout for our local gathering. So we get a lot of people that are fed up with it and want to come talk to each other about it. So that's been a big thing for us locally here in Idaho Falls, which has been great. And then of course the big announcement is that on November 9th we are doing a Thrive event at the barn at Thanksgiving Point in Lehi, Utah. And it's going to be a big one, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we've got it's all day. It starts at 10 a.m. It goes till about 5. There'll be about 90-minute lunch break in the middle for everybody to go out around that area and pick up some lunch. And we have some amazing presenters coming. Our keynote speaker is Heather Gay. If you're not,
nice.
Yeah, so she wrote the book, best-selling author of the book Bad Mormon, and she's also one of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and so she's going to come share her story. She also has a book coming up called Good Time Girl, so she's going to give us some opportunities to hear about what that's about. That comes out in early December, and so we're talking about giving some people opportunity to know that. We're also going to do a couple of workshops. One of the big things about these Thrive events that I think is the most important is you actually get to meet people that you can share your story with, and we give you time for that. We're going to have what's going to be lined up on tables, and there's time to sit and talk based on the information that you're going to get from the speakers, and then you go and take that information and talk amongst yourselves, and then we have some opportunities to mix up tables and to do new people. So the first thing in the morning is we're going to talk about building community. That's one of the biggest things that that Thrive is all about, and that's something that we are working really hard to try to teach people how to do. So Anthony Miller is going to be one of our main speakers on building community, and I'll probably be there talking about that too. And then in the afternoon, we have a workshop on mental health and spirituality. And so for the mental health and spirituality portion, we're going to have Brittany Hartley and Dr.
Nice.
Julie Hanks is going to be there. So it's going to be really great.
All these great lineup of speakers and all. Why don't we explain real quick? Okay, first, I want to put this banner up. Okay, it's Thrive November 9th at the barn. Where at in Utah?
It's in Lehi. Yeah, right
Lehi,
at Thanksgiving
Utah.
Point.
Lehi, Utah at Thanksgiving Point. I want to put, I spell so lousy. Oh my gosh. I hit the caps button at Thanksgiving Point. Okay, let me add the banner and let me show this while we're talking. Okay, so let's explain real quick what Thrive is, who is it for. This is where we will go. You remember a few years back, the general authority.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, you're going to leave the church. Where will you go? This is one spot right here. So what is Thrive? Tell us more about what it is, who's it for, and all.
Yeah, so you can learn more about it at thrivebeyondreligion.com. And at that website, that's the event is hosted. That's where the tickets are posted. And Thrive is a few things, actually. And so the purpose and the meaning of Thrive is to help people who have left organized religion become, find a welcoming and accepting place to build community, people that can understand their story. And it's a way for people to meet and to find friend groups. A lot of times, it's not like church. We're not trying to like bring you in and keep you forever. A lot of times people come in, meet some nice people, hang with them lunch, and then they're gone, and they have their friends, and they're happy. And so it's not like a church where we're trying to have a big retention effort. You come in the door, you meet some nice people, and if you still like to come, I've been doing it for about 5 years. I really get a lot out of helping people meet up and make connections. I have a great group of friends. We're doing a big Halloween party night. We're going to go do a scavenger hunt down in downtown Idaho Falls. And so, I mean, and that's what I want for people. Because when I first came out, like, it was so isolating and so lonely. And especially, being in these big Mormon communities, like suddenly people aren't talking to your kids, and it's a real struggle. And so that's why I do it, is because it was important to me, and Thrive was a big part of my journey, being able to get out there and meet people. And now I'm just kind of a facilitator. I'm on the Thrive board, and we do so in addition to having like local events. So I run the Thrive Idaho Falls locally, and there's a map you can go look at on the website, and it has where different Thrive organizations are going, and it gives you can click on it, and it'll send contact info, and then you can find out like how when people are meeting locally. And so those local leaders do that.
Yeah, when we meet locally about once a month here, and we can post that, but I haven't been to every local Thrive, and Nate does not slap me when I finally show up after missing a few either. So it's okay. He doesn't up my tithing to 20% or anything like that. It's always fun. When I went to the St. George Thrive last year, met RFM and Bill Reel and John DeLynn, and met so many of people who are now in my audience, and it was amazing. The community emphasis is proper because, for whatever reason, Mormonism is the kind of religion that if you just realize this isn't for me, or if you recognize this doesn't work for me for whatever reason, like you were saying, man, that can be a lonely and quite difficult spot. That's why some of us took to YouTubing, podcasting, and all, to let people know it's scary, because it was scary for me, because what if the doctrine really is true and I'm really making a mistake for eternity? Now, I've been there. That's scary. But that is the acculturation, I'll put it, not the basic universal fact of reality. But when you're in that, that's tough to overcome. Other people, and we're all at various stages. We're all at various places. There's no judgment. We have more fun. I met you in St. George, didn't I? And they
said, I haven't been to St. George yet.
Oh, then it was. Someone must have told me about you at St. George. It was from here in Idaho Falls. They said, dude, you've got a local Thrive congregation, a grouping. And I jumped on it. I said, wow, I got to find out. That's what they did. They gave me your name. And, we become friends with people that I never knew even existed. And the variety of interests, once you quit feeling, what's the best way to say this, Nate, pressured perhaps to 100% think celestial. Here's the new one, think celestial now. The interests, the various hobbies, the kind of books people are reading, the movies. Hey, let's get together and go out for a pizza and a movie or stuff. I love that part about Thrive, is this is a genuine community, guilt-free. If you can't make it to one event, nobody holds it over your head. We'll do this some more. We'll do it again. I love that, man. You're doing so well with our local Thrive. I've been wanting to toot your horn and tout you and say publicly, thank you for all your work you're doing. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
It isn't. One of the things that's been most beautiful, I remember we were sitting in one, and there was a woman, there was a man, like a couple. He was like more out than her. And for a lot of times, that's really scary, to come to like this post-Mormon thing, right? Where, non-believers are rehearsing their doubts. Yeah. and she said, we were kind of going around the room doing introductions. We usually have some new people, so we do some introductions at the beginning. Yep. And she said, yeah, and I've been going to sacrament meeting, every Sunday. And we're all like, yay! Like nobody, like you would think that, oh, why are you doing that? It's not like that at all, because everybody understands, like, everyone's on their own path, and everybody needs time to get to their most healthy place. And that's the beauty of a Thrive community. We put that out at every Thrive event. And so we have our local events, and then we do these big, larger events like the one down in St. George. Every year we've been doing a Thrive Unite, where there's a bunch of different ones. So we did one here in Idaho Falls, and John DeLynn came up for that one. John DeLynn is going to be speaking at the one in November. We kind of switching up. He's going to do like a little bit of an intro for Heather Gay. And so but these big ones are a way to get the word out and let people get great information and make connections. Who lives next to me.
We even had that one couple that the one married partner was firmly TBM, the other one was not. And they have come to our Thrive events describing how they negotiate an interfaith marriage, for instance. And Thrive is not about getting you to leave the church. That doesn't even come up. I mean, really, does, unless the person.
Just a place to land.
Yeah.
So like a super TBM, it might not be the safest space, because it's a place where people can air a grievance, talk about their own experiences, but we're never trying to like push that on somebody else.
No, we don't try to cause you to doubt. We let you express it and then say, yeah, that's interesting. That wasn't, I mean, I've had conversations with people who say, oh man, I can't handle the Book of Mormon. And we can empathize with that. And then I can come in and say, that's really interesting that yours is hinging more on the Book of Mormon. My particular one was the Book of Abraham. Some people have it on living prophets. Some people have it on confessing everything to bishops. I mean, there's myriads of issues.
So many issues.
And
or they have LGBTQ children. Huge.
Or they are themselves LGBTQ and they just no longer feel loved and welcomed. It's a fascinating variety of love. I guess that's a good way to put the Thrive community, local and the big ones too. So, and you might get to see some superstars like RFM or John DeLynn or whatever at some of these bigger events. That's why I wanted to go down to the one in St. George. And that was a hoot. I had a lot of people come up to me and say, Backyard Professor, we love your show and all that. It's fun to swap names and email addresses and keep in touch with people. So, how fun is this? So the next big one is November 9th.
November 9th, we've got the show barn. I put out, there's 650 tickets that we put out, and we're under 150 left.
Oh, so, and that's November 9th, a Saturday, isn't it?
It is a Saturday.
Just so we know. Yeah, that's not a weekday. You don't have to take a day off work or anything. Just come on down and have a fun weekend with us. Yeah.
Yep. The only downside is that now tickets are $20. So it's really inexpensive for $20 for a whole day event. And if you had something come up in the afternoon or in the morning that you couldn't do and you just want to come, grab Heather Gay in the afternoon and Dr. Julie Hanks and get that highlight, you can do that too. Pretty soon, on Tuesday, I'm working on a program. We have some last minute shifts working with the different presenters and working around their schedules. But I'll have the program locked down, and I'm gonna have that out available, so you can look online. I'll have bios of all the presenters available to look
Here,
at, and then
right?
I'll
Thrive
have
Beyond Religion.
yep, right there under the event. And then we'll post that around so people can just go look at the program, figure out how that works around your schedule. And that's what we do. We try to lose a little bit of money, maybe like, so it's a nonprofit, and so we try to keep that price point right at max participation, but not totally get our lunch eaten for renting these big facilities, and we make sure we pay our presenters and things like that, so the people are compensated for their time. So that's where the money's going, and it just comes in and goes right out the door. And usually we lose a little bit, and if we sell out, maybe we'll pass on a couple $100 to the next one.
You're not becoming a millionaire using Thrive any more than I am using my YouTube channel. So that's not what it's about. No. This is for, it's amazing how and this is the other thing that I am discovering, and this has come through time, through regular steady participation, either online or in person at a local event or whatever. The camaraderie and the friends and the genuine interest and just the comfort level of recognizing that I don't have to be other. There is no lesser than, greater than. This is really it's very much needed. And in part, I do believe that the rise of the internet has given us the ability to gather and maintain and enjoy community. From losing your community, there can be almost nothing more traumatic, really.
Right.
And that's why we thrive to strive at Thrive. It's about just come and be with us and talk about anything. We have had people, haven't we, Nate, who have not said one word at the local gathering, but they've come back the next time and they kind of speak up. You don't even have to say anything. I think they were coming just to check us out, which is absolutely wonderful. Yep. We have the little breakfast, donuts and coffee or whatever you want to order. We don't care what you eat in front of us. If you want a full-fledged steak and eggs breakfast, go for it. It's all good. So yeah, fun stuff, fun times.
Yep. Yeah, we have a great time, and this thing's going to be big. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of people to meet. And opportunities to meet some of the more prominent names and interact with them. Brittany Hartley has a book that she's going to be available, and we're going to try to set up a book signing so you can get a signed copy of her book. We just want to make sure we're promoting all those who, like you, that are working hard to put out content. And make sure people that need to listen to that content are getting connected with them too. So it's connecting people that can, be friends and make, build their own communities, as well as connecting people with resources for, navigating the journey, having better mental health and having that, connection that they need to go through what we all know is a difficult experience.
Something crazy too, Nate, that I've discovered, and I know in some regards this is just unbelievable, and I get it. It's all good. I don't have to have people believe what I'm about to say, but I am beginning to experience something like a renewed spirituality through the love, the friendliness, and the context, the discussion. We swap books or whatever. It becomes something to look forward to, and instead of feeling like you've been cut in half, one half of you thrown that way, discarded, one half you thrown that way and discarded. The community comes together and you begin to feel a part of something bigger than you again. You begin to feel like you belong, even though especially if you're a married couple now, you're the odd couple out. In Thrive, you're really not. And that's what's so cool about this. You're really not the odd couple out anymore. So, yeah.
Right. And the other thing too is that there's no Sunday school answers anymore. There's no. You gotta think what it says in the manual and express what it's what like impacted you. What about that made you think? What about that inspired you? And we try to, like at our local meetings, I always try to have a theme. So like a book or an article or something for us to just talk about. Because I think it helps people have something to center around and say, oh, well, that's what that means to me. But there's no right answers. It's all just learning from each other. And I think that's one of the best parts, is just to get rid of, like the institution saying it, and like now we can just be ourselves.
Oh, I love how you put that. You are an individual and you actually do matter. And we're not going to all of a sudden get angry at you because my doctrinal position in this particular situation is correct. James E. Talmage was wrong. And if you just happen to continually like James E. Talmage and you say, no, James E. Talmage was right, it's not like we're fighting about it and one of us has to go to the bishop and repent of false belief. No, it's more just wonderful, awesome discussion and learning. I think that's the most, and I mean, it's who I am, right? The backup, but I think that's one of the really big attractive parts of this. If you want doctrinal discussions, baby, they're here. If you want just let your hair down, have a beer with some good people, hey, it's here. If you want to get together and go shoot guns at the gun range, it's here. It's so cool.
Yeah. One thing that's happened in our group a lot recently is a group of women have started putting together these ladies' nights. So I'm not invited, but
I wasn't either. I say we have a men's night.
they're doing something with Wicked coming up. It's great. Like I love to see that. And that's what we try to do, is just encourage people, like, don't wait until, don't wait for somebody who is now your authority figure to organize your fun, to organize your life, to make you find friends. Like nobody's assigning, we don't have, ministry assignments to go hunt down people that have come and haven't come back. Like, if you want to find it, we're here. And if you don't, like, that's okay, and we've had people, and some of the things that I think have been really great is I've helped people move their mothers, like they moved houses, and like we would go as a group of people that came from Thrive, and like, are these all your apostate friends? Like, yep, here we are. Like moving stuff in and out, just like the good former elders members that we were, right? Like, and I think it's fun because that's still part of opportunities to do service and all that
it's
stuff.
It's a basic humanity thing that Thrive has not, the image that the church loves to propound is that, well, this is horrible. You don't want to lose all those eternal blessings. But if you do happen to do the stupid thing and go apostate, it's horrible. Your life is miserable. No one's your friend anymore. That is absolutely not true. That is just false. And I haven't found anyone yet at Thrive, and we've got hundreds who would disagree with that. So come out and find out, and hopefully we can see you guys down here in November. If we can't, it's not a crisis. We are putting together groups all the time. Like I say, the first month of every month, we get together in our local Thrive. Other cities may have different schedules, but again, you can go right to here, Thrive Beyond. I did that right, didn't I, Nate? There's no space between Thrive Beyond Religion. Nope. Okay, good.
You did it just right.
No, okay, Good. Yeah, you can come here and connect with people and see who is in your area. If you are really particular about underwater basket weaving, you may find a friend who will do that with you, and that's what we're after. It's great. It's not any preordained, pre-chosen thing that we have to do or have to believe or have to act like. We don't ask you to dress in any particular way. You come as you are because we love you as you are. You don't have to put on a fake persona. That's the thing that makes thrive, in my opinion. So
that's right.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Nate? This is pretty exciting stuff.
I'm super excited. This is one of the best lineups I've ever been able to put together, and it's going to be a big one. So if you're available, you know, strike distance from Lehi on November 9th, go pick up a ticket before they're all gone, and I'd love to meet you. And I know John. In addition, we're going to do some. So the MC is Alan. So forgot to mention that. So from Marriage on Tightrope. So he's going to be the master of ceremonies, guiding us along. And
who is that? Who is that? I didn't catch the name.
Alan Mount. He runs Marriage on. Him and his wife.
Marriage on a Tightrope.
Marriage on a Tightrope. And
yeah, that's the couple I was thinking of.
On her name.
No, it's all good.
So Alan's going to be there, running the show, and then and like I said, John DeLint, Anthony Miller, Dr. Julie Hanks, Heather Gay, and Brittany Hartley are featured, and then we have Joanna Stolmstrom. She's going to be there doing leading a meditation to kick us off in the morning. And then we're going to also be doing some music by Chelsea Gardner. So lots of different things. It's very dynamic. It's not like a conference where you just sit and stare. Like, you get time to talk, we get time to sing, we get time to meet and meditate and interact. It's a really good time.
Gotta love it. All right, you guys, we're looking forward to seeing you there. Have fun. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe and share this video with everyone whom you think might be interested in attending this Thrive. Lots more. If you can't get to this one, please don't sweat it. We are busy organizing as many events as we can. Nate is top notch at this locally, as well as well, hey, let's make you sound like you're a big shot, shall we? Not only does he do local and statewide, he does national and international, right?
True. Well, that's mostly Nemo, but yes.
Yeah, that is mostly Nemo. Yeah, Nemo, woo! Nemo for the win.
Yep.
All right, you guys, we will catch up to you soon. Have a great day. Remember, be good, do well, have fun, make lots of friends, and smile. It makes people wonder what you're up to, and that's fun to do.
Right.